Hello, welcome back to my channel. We all know that on the key of F, this our T chord, right? But I tell you, you can play it like this instead of this normal T chord. So how do I came up with this chord? This video explains everything in detail. So make sure hit on the like and the subscribe button. We have this to be our T note. You know that's right. Then if you are to form a T chord, we form a diminished chord on this E note. So in that case, we have T, Re, and Fa to be our T chord. This is all what we know for now. And then we can sometimes add a chord on the left hand to just make things flow a little. So if we are to be forming chords, basically we do form T, Fa, and T. This is what we mostly play against our right hand. You know that, right? All right. Now with this same chord that you have here, I'm going to take my time to explain. I'll be using some cool principles here to explain to you in details how to create some voicing or how to bring out new chords from this same chord that we have here. So just make sure you pay attention so well. Now with this chord that I said we are going to be using, the first step we're going to be using here is just normal basic harmonization. So we're going to harmonize on our left hand, and as usual, if I'm harmonizing my left hand, I just move to the lower third of that note. So this is a T, and if I'm to go to lower third, it's just 1, 2, 3. I'm just on F major scale, so 1, 2, 3. That brings me back to this so note, right? So in that case, my left hand, instead for me to play this T whole stretch, this diminished thing on my left, this more like a tritone. Instead for me to play that, I will come back to this C note, that's the so note, lower third of it, and form a perfect fifth chord on this so note. So in that case, I will have so, re, and so over this T on my right? The next step is just look at your left hand chords only. You see the note that I've played here. You can see this so note and this so note. It's just a repetition. This is just a higher octave of this so note that we have here. So all I have to do is just omit this so note. So I have my so and re still over my T chord on my right hand, right? The next thing I'm going to do is just compare both chords, the right and the left hand. I have to make sure that none of the notes here on my left hand can also be found on my right hand. If I compare my left and right, I can see this re note here can also be found on the right hand. Here is it. So I will omit the one on my right hand. So now I have so, re, ti, fa. You understand? So the next thing I'm going to do is just borrow a new note. I'm going to borrow a note into my right hand. With that, I'll be going for those add notes. You know, we have add 9, add 13th, and those stuff. So I'll be going in for at 9th note. For instance, if I have my F major scale, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, I'll start counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then to my octave being the 8, then re being the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So always your ninth note is the same as your re note. So if I'm to borrow a ninth note to this chord on my right hand, now one thing I need to take care of is my root note. You know this E note, you can see this E note, all right? So the T chord is E diminished chord. It means that whatever note that I borrows, it must come from the E major scale. You understand? So this T, and I know that my E major scale is da da da. All right. So the ninth note I'm going to borrow, it will not come from the F major scale. If you want to learn about E major, I have a lot of tutorials about that. I'll leave a link in the description so you can watch about it already. Now, borrowing ninth note on the E major scale, I'll have it to be this F sharp note instead of, if I were to borrow on F, it will be G, but on E, it's going to be F sharp, right? So I'm going to add this note to two notes that is left here. So I'll have something like this. You understand? So I'll be playing along with the so, re on my left hand. So something like this. As soon as I have this here, what I take into consideration is melody on top harmonization. What does that mean? It means that whenever I'm forming a chord over a certain note, assuming I want to form a chord over this re note, the chord that I'm supposed to form, I have that intention that the last note or the uppermost note must land on the re note. You understand? So T chord that you are forming, now we have it to be like this. I don't want this way. I want it to have its uppermost note to end on this E note. So in that case, what do we have to do? We need to invert this chord that we have. So we will take this E note to the higher octave, then we will have something like D, Fa, and T, something like this. Still over our left hand chord, So and Re. So this is what I'm doing. This T note is catering for the top note, that is caring for the T sound that we want to hear in our mind. All right. If you are to play together with the left hand, going to be, you can see that T Re. Then I have my right to be D, Fa, and T. If you play this way, it's good though. The same sound, but I won't do it that way. I want to make things a little bit complex. It's part of the job, all right? So it depends on you, which one it feels easy for you. You can just adapt on that and use it. Now we have this chord ready. Let's see how we can apply it in the context. It's not about anytime you're supposed to play T. If you play this chord, there it will automatically work. I tell you. So assume you have a song or a progression like do ti la so fa mi do ti la so fa mi re do, and you are supposed to form chords on these whole stuffs here. At the basic level, you'll be playing do ti la so fa mi re do. You know that. Now, when we get to the T, instead for us to play this T like this, then we're going to substitute this with what we just created here. I've made a video on how to come out with a new chord. Instead of playing this do chord always, I've generated a chord there. You can watch that video and see the very chord that I form instead of using this do chord. I have the link in the description. Again. You understand? Okay, so for now, just learn this T chord and understand the principle behind how I bring this out, and watch the video concerning how I came out with this do chord as well. I'll be doing a series video to clear off all the chords and bring out new chords out of them. Afterwards, you can now use them in cohesion, okay? It will sound great. So thanks for your time. Make sure hit on the like and the subscribe button.